Hello and welcome, BitMonger family. Monger here. Hope you guys are all doing well today. And in today's crypto update, we're going to be looking at traditional markets and the crypto market and coins that I have in my list that I've talked about in the past. And I'm going to give a quick analysis on where I see it possibly going and where you might want to be putting bids in with tight stop losses on different fib levels. Alright, so first off, let's get right into it, guys. So we can see today the traditional markets had a slight sell-off, nothing too huge. Nasdaq did shed 1.15%. Could that continue? It certainly could. I mean, it's not a huge drop, but it's something. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know where this is going to be going on, come Monday. My gut feeling is that it's a flip of a coin, really. But I am still bullish long-term, guys. But we need to be looking at the facts. Look at the last 6 months. Look at that. It's pulled almost 14%. This is the Nasdaq, right? This is all of those, the index. So it's got a huge amount of companies in here, and if it's pulled this kind of percentage in the past 6 months, I would expect it to have some sort of dip. I mean, it's just nothing goes up in a straight line, and it's probably time for a dip. How much could it dip? I don't know. Could it shed half of that and still be in a great uptrend track? It certainly could. As long as it doesn't drop below like here, I think it could continue to Richter and just go up. Let's look at what's going on with Bitcoin now. So we can see Bitcoin's currently trading at 107,750. It did break through the 110 and 108 range, which is really important levels. I mean, you can see right here, it topped above here a little bit, but it was right here. You can see it was a top here, it was a top here, it was a top here. It broke out from here, and it touched here, came back up, had a little relief rally, and now it's dropping. And it is going into this range, I believe, this blue rectangle that I've got drawn here. And just so you know, the bottom of that is sitting right around 103,000 roughly. So this is going from 103 to roughly 109. What do we have in the center here? Around 106.5. So, and we can see it's just lining up right here too. See, we can see that this was a very good zone here as well. Right around 100 and, what is that? Right where it's at right now, it's touching this crucial line that I had drawn here, where it had topped and it had been range bound here for a while. It had been a critical area right here where it had wicked underneath it, but the main candle still held right there, and then it popped up above it. So this is a pretty important line in the sand. If this thing breaks, I could easily see it going back down to this level right here, which is like right around 100 and right around 105. Call it 105 and a half, 105.4, yeah. On this chart, I'm getting exactly the bottom of this candle, right, the bottom of this right here was right at 105,234. So you might want to put some orders in down here, guys. Now, if this one breaks, the next line that I'm seeing here is right at, what is that? 101,250. Call it 101,250. That would be the next area in which I would be putting some orders in. If you still believe that we are going to be going into a bull market, then you need to be scooping up these dips. And let's look at how far this would be. What would this dip be if it dropped from here down to that level that I just noted? That would be roughly about a 17% move. So, you know, could it drop 17, 20% and still be within its bull market trend? Absolutely, guys. It could. Is it? I mean, guys, in previous, remember, I've done this 3 cycles, guys, and 30% corrections are par for the course. So a 20%, 17 to 20% correction, why, you know, seems very plausible. You know, I don't think the corrections are going to be as huge this time as they were in the past, because we got a lot more big money players involved that are more likely to hold and or buy these dips. So, you know, but at this level, you know, if it gets down to like 103,000, I would be buying it up. The next level that I would be looking at buying would be like right around here at 98. If it comes up and this is the long-term trend line, and if it hits that, we're looking like right around 86,700, and that would be a huge dip. That would be that almost perfectly equates to a 30% dip, which is pretty amazing when you consider 30% dips have been very common in past bull cycles to shake people out. So it could easily come down to this level, guys. Let's move on. Okay, let's start taking a look at these coins, and I'll give quick analysis. So Ethereum, you know, Ethereum is still holding up quite well. As I mentioned before, if I was going to try to get into Ethereum, I would be looking to get into it at, let me look at the daily. So right here, right around 4K would be good. That's the golden pocket. The next level here is at 4,133 on Solana. If it comes back down and touches this white line, which is at 198.76, I would nibble there. If we go down from that, we're looking at the next fib levels at, call it 193. The 50% retracement, we would be at 186. The golden pocket is here at 179. Call it, I'm rounding up. It's 178.67. That's the golden pocket. I would absolutely be buying it up here if it gets down to this level. Arrow, I'm not going to go over Arrow. I'm just doing a long-term hold. I built that bag when it was very much lower. Axlar is looking very interesting, guys. I really think that this is super undervalued. Now it could drop down. It got all the way down to 26, call it 27 cents before, and it's trading at 30 cents. So it could drop another 10%. Now, guys, I don't have a crystal ball. This could fucking completely go to shit. So be careful. But the current bottom is down here at around 27 cents. It's trading at 30 cents. Not that long ago, it was trading around 43, almost 44 cents. It was trading at 43.53. I'm looking at this and I'm going, wow, that's a really interesting area. If anything under 30 cents, or even now we're currently at 30.18. This is to me, I would be establishing positions. So if Axlar can get back up from here on its current bottom up to this range bound where it was at just previously, and we're talking just like at the end of July, we're looking at a 40% move, guys. I like that. I think that's juicy. Something you might want to put on your radar. ONDO, okay, guys. As I told you, I put an order in yesterday. I was calling 89 cents. My order did get triggered again, and it's up slightly. It went up quite a little bit, and I took half my profit off the table. I bagged like around 150 bucks this morning. I still have half the position open, and so you guys, I would suggest putting an order in around 98 cents. Golden pocket is down here at around 83.24. So, 82 to 83 is a good area in which I would also be nibbling on ONDO. KMNO, I can tell you here, let's take a look at that one. We're almost at the golden pocket. It's like right around 0.05461. I would have an order in here. Next fib level down is at 0.05197. Call it 0.052. Jupiter, went over that yesterday. Look at my video. Helium, I really like helium too, guys. I think this one's going to do well. You can see it's range bound down here. I like it at this price, but I do think it could potentially break. The next point of interest that we're looking at here is right around 230 to about 216. Actually, I'd say 230 to 208 is the areas in which I would be looking at. So somewhere in the middle there, guys, I would put some bids down there on this one. I think it could absolutely rip. It was trading all the way here at over $4 just towards the end of July. So good risk reward. I like it. And we have SUI. And SUI's an interesting coin. And just so you guys know, I was buying SUI between 60 and 80 cents. And I already took profits on this coin long ago, but I would like to establish another position on this as we go into this final bull run, as I do think this has pump potential. And areas of interest that I'm looking at, guys, right now are right here on this golden pocket fib level, and that's hitting in at like right around 314, 315. The next level down is going to be right all the way down here, like around 278 to 280 in that area. I think that's a very good area to be buying it at. I'm going to be putting orders in at these prices. I particularly like the 278 in case we do get a big dump. I think that's going to be an attractive area to get a bid. All the way down here, if we start off, this is from June 21st where I drew this fib level, the fib levels from. So back then it was trading all the way at 226. I remember that quite well. And then since then it did do a ripper. Let's move down this a little bit so you can see it better. Yeah. And here we can see where it trended here for quite a while. This is the daily chart, guys. So we can see it was trending in this zone for quite a while, and that's down here right around 206. So, if it goes down to these levels, guys, consider it a Christmas present and be buying it up. That's what I would be doing. Now, you don't want to be buying it if we go into a complete bear market. And right now I'm trying to determine where I would consider that to be. I haven't really decided. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Where do you think, if we do flip into a bear market, what would Bitcoin have to break below for you to have that kind of feeling that the market's done, it's cooked, and we should be shorting everything? Let me know in the comments. Next, let's take a look at ZEUS. And ZEUS has been doing well for me, guys. I mean, look at the strength on this. It's up almost 5% on the day, while everything else is just fucking bleeding. I'm doing well on this. I told you guys to be buying this earlier. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. There you have it, man. Look at that, guys. I entered this. I got a position in around 10 cents, and a little above that, I forget what it was, that the line that it broke, but my average entry is now 11 cents. I might take profit if things continue if Bitcoin breaks down below those levels that I noted earlier. But this is juicy, man. I'm making money there. I love it. So if I was going to be buying ZEUS, if I was looking for an entry on it going down, if I was going to be buying it again, I would be buying it here, like right around 12 cents, 12.21, and my entry point earlier 1108. I would be buying in these areas, guys. Anywhere in between here, the bottom where it bottomed out is at 1020. You know, if it gets down there, you know, I would be snapping this thing up like crazy. I do see a lot of upside with this coin going forward. I'm looking at, this is where it broke, guys. We can see it broke this level right here. Earlier I was, I made a whole video about that, about how it broke that level. And I'm targeting right near this level right here. We can see it got up to that already. And the area that I'm going to be targeting, though, is up here. I think this is where it's going. If we zoom out, we can see that was an area right around in here in which it hit before. And it went through these center of these candles in this zone. So that's the area that I'm looking to take profits on if it gets up there. And let's see where it's at right now. If we bought it, if you bought the breakout, if it comes back down here to 1359, you might want to make an entry there. That's where we had the breakout from. And we're looking at roughly a 20% move on that one, which would be great. You know, that's roughly, if you're using 5x leverage, you just doubled your money. Love it. All right, but guys, this could potentially dump. I mean, it has had a lot of strength. It is looking, slightly overbought on the RSI. So, keep an eye on this one. Again, zones of interest would be here at 1359, 1221, and 1108. Well, there's my quick analysis on those coins. Hope you guys are all doing well, and monger on.